Today we are taking a turbo tour of Mortal Kombat's first hidden female fighter, Jade. In this video I'll give you a breakdown of the character's gameplay through each of her 2D iterations, focusing on her normal and special attacks along with her signature finishing moves. But before we get into that, we should take a quick look at Jade's origins. Jade's first appearance was in the 1994 arcade release of Mortal Kombat 2. She was first spotted lurking behind one of the trees in the Living Forest stage, along with another one of Mortal Kombat 2's hidden characters, Smoke. To access the fight against Jade, you had to make your way up the arcade tower to the fight before the question mark. During this fight, you must win a round against the opponent only using the low kick button. This will then trigger a teleportation back to Goro's lair, where you are met by the green palette swap of katana. Jade shares the same moves as the playable katana, including the fan blades and the aerial square punch. Jade has increased walk speed and has the odd trait of being projectile invulnerable. This trait would go on to be one of her defining special moves in later iterations of the character. Her playable debut was in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Here her character was fleshed out with the backstory of being Princess Kitana's royal guard, who was then tasked by Shao Kahn to bring the princess back to Outworld. In UMK3, Jade shares the same character model as the other female ninjas. All three female ninjas share the same normal moves and have the notoriously small and difficult to juggle hitbox. Jade's unique projectile attack is the boomerang. It can be thrown in three directions, upward, downward, and in a horizontal line. The horizontal version of the attack can be called back in the same flight path if the initial hit misses the opponent. The horizontal version of the boomerang attack can be ducked by opponents on the way forward and on the way back. Her second special attack is the shadow kick, a physical hitting attack which moves across the screen horizontally. It's quite a fast attack which catches opponents advancing forward and is hard to punish if spaced correctly. The attack can also be ducked under and has a very long recovery on whiff. The only real way to combo the shadow kick is after a jump attack or the return part of the boomerang. The shadow kick can combo into itself on counter hit. Her third special move is called dodging shadows, but we'll refer to it as flash. The move activates very quickly and grants Jade projectile invincibility for about 2 seconds. It's useful against characters who rely on zoning with projectiles. Sindel's Scream and Air Fireball, along with Katana's Fan Lift, are notable projectile attacks that ignore this invincibility. UMK3 was the first of the Mortal Kombat franchise to introduce the run button. The run mechanic in combination with Jade's flash made zoning against Jade a very difficult task. Jade had two fatalities in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, the Shake It Up and the Impaling. Her animality sees Jade turn into a small black cat which runs around the opponent making them blow up. Her friendship sees her turn her bow staff into a pogo stick. The AI-controlled version of Jade had a reputation of being very unfair and difficult while trying to make your way up the ladder, so much so that there is a thread on Test Your Might dedicated to complaining about her AI. Despite the problematic AI, the competitive UMK3 community felt that Jade was on the lower half of the tier list. Jade is a character with no real juggle combos and lacked the pressure and damage output of many of the other top tiers. One of Jade's auto combos, 2-2 down 1 down 2, ended in a situation where you can land an unblockable sweep for free damage, making this essentially her B&B combo. The setup generated more overall damage than her 7-hit auto combo, making it the go-to. The arcade mode ending sees her deciding to aid her friend Katana and stop Reptile from assassinating her. This is one of the few arcade mode endings which is considered semi-canon. Jade would go on to make appearances in Mortal Kombat Deception and Mortal Kombat Armageddon, but we won't get into the 3D iterations of Jade in this video. Jade made her return to the 2D realm in Mortal Kombat 9, which saw the retelling of the events of MK1 through to UMK3. She retained the majority of her special moves found in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. The boomerang is back, able to be thrown in 3 different angles. The horizontal version is a high, so it can be ducked underneath. The version that travels along the ground actually hits low, forcing the opponent to crouch block the attack. Mortal Kombat 9 saw the introduction of enhanced moves. At the cost of a bar, the boomerang can be enhanced to make it return. This is the main tool that Jade had to apply pressure. It's also worth noting that the return version of the EX horizontal boomerang hits mid and cannot be ducked. Her shadow kick also makes a return. Like UMK3, the attack can be ducked, making it whiff. The EX version of the attack travels full screen and goes through projectiles. The shadow kick has a new property in this game. During the animation of the shadow kick, you can input a second one, and on hit, both kicks will connect. On block or on whiff, only one shadow kick will come out. Jade's flash attack is again back, granting her projectile invincibility. The problem with this move is it only lasts for a short period of time, and it only works as a hard read on the opponent throwing a projectile. The EX version allows Jade to walk through physical attacks at the cost of absorbing double damage. This move is best used in wake-up situations to stop the opponent's pressure. Like UMK3, there are a few moves that are projectiles, but not considered projectiles by the game, like Kenshi's push attack. The pole grab is a physical hitting attack which is typically used at the end of combos, but in reality is a pretty average move, and there are other strings and special moves that use the same purpose that actually do more damage. Both versions of the move force a side switch, which limits the move's utility, as you wouldn't use it while your opponent is cornered as you'd give up positional advantage. The best of Jade's new special moves is the overhead slam. On hit, the advancing overhead will launch the opponent for a juggle combo. The EX version has armor and activates faster than the normal version. Back 1 is the only normal in the game that naturally combos into her overhead, making this her go-to big damage punish. Overall, Jade was considered to be on the lower half of the MK9 tier list. She has very limited combo potential and limited high-low mix-ups. The only way to get decent mid-screen damage from low attack is 4-3 EX overhead. This nets around 25% but at the cost of a bar. Her pressure is also meter dependent, with the EX boomerang being the only real way to extend it. Jade has some okay neutral, with some long-reaching normals and some decent projectile attacks, but when put up against strong rushdown characters or zoners like Kabal, Sonya and Kenshi, her moves start to feel pretty underwhelming. Jade's MK9 arcade ending sees Jade meeting a mysterious female who has been watching the events unfold. She then informs Jade that Shao Kahn's death is an outcome that must be reimagined. There's every chance that this ending may serve as the inspiration for Kronika in the upcoming Mortal Kombat 11. Jade didn't make a playable appearance in MKX, but Katana did have a variation called Mournful, which paid homage to her fallen friend. The variation included the boomerang, pole slam and shadow kick, all iconic moves to Jade. Jade is making a long-awaited return in Mortal Kombat 11, which is just around the corner. I'm really looking forward to seeing what she's got on offer, and keeping my fingers crossed that she's a bit higher on the tier list this time. This is the first time I've done a video like this, so please leave any feedback in the comments. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'm planning on making Jade my main character in Mortal Kombat 11, so expect a few more videos from this channel with tips, tricks and tech. Until next time, peace.